You've seen the ad, the Starlink Mini, $199. And that price, it's real. That's a real advertised price for that little dish. So people order it feeling like they grabbed a great deal, and then the very first bill lands and it's nothing like $199, and they feel tricked. Here's the thing though, you weren't tricked exactly. You were just never told the whole story, because that $199 buys you the dish, the equipment, and not one single day of actual internet. So let's fix that right now. No hype, no gotchas, just the honest all-in number, what the Starlink Mini really costs you in that first year. And just as important, how to keep that number as low as it can honestly go. Let's start with what that famous $199 actually gets you. So what does your $199 actually get you? One thing, the mini dish itself, that little unit about the size of a laptop that you set outside to catch the signal. That's it. You pay it once and it's yours. What it does not get you is the internet, not a single day of it. And this is the exact spot where everybody gets confused, so let me make it dead simple. Buying the Mini is like buying a cell phone. When you walk out of the store with a brand new phone, you own the phone, but you can't call a soul yet. You still need a plan, a monthly plan, before that phone does one useful thing. Starlink works the exact same way. The $199 is the phone. It's the machine. To actually get online, you sign up for a monthly service plan on top, and you pay that every single month for as long as you want to stay connected. So when you see that $199 price, don't read it as the price of Starlink. Read it as the price of the box that lets you buy Starlink. It's the front door, not the house. That's the part the ad quietly leaves off. Not because it's a lie, the dish really is $199, but because the number that actually lands on your bank statement month after month is a completely different one. And that's the number you really came here for. Let's get to it. Here's the number that actually shows up every month, and it depends entirely on one thing, how you're using that Mini. If you're using it to travel out in an RV, on the road, moving around, you're on what Starlink calls a roam plan. And those run anywhere from about $55 a month for a limited chunk of data, up to around $175 a month for the unlimited version. That's a big spread, so it really pays to know which one you're on. But here's a money saver a lot of people miss completely. If you're actually using the Mini at a fixed home, sitting in one spot, you do not have to pay those travel prices at all. You can often put it on a regular home plan instead, roughly $55 to $130 a month, depending on the speed you want. Same little dish, cheaper plan, just because it's meant to sit still. And this right here is where the whole $199 confusion is born. Folks see that one-time dish price, they get excited, and they never stop to add up the monthly, so they're stunned when the real bill arrives. You won't be, because now you know the plan is the real cost, not the dish. So before anything else, be honest with yourself about how you'll actually use it, traveling or sitting at home, because that one answer decides most of what you'll ever pay. But the plan still isn't quite the end of it. There are a couple of extras that love to hide until the very last screen. Let's drag them into the light. There are 3 extras that never make the ad, and one of them can really sting. The big one is the congestion fee. In busy, crowded areas, Starlink adds a one-time charge when you sign up, and it is not small. Anywhere from $100 up to $1,000, depending on how many people in your area already want in. Now, the good news, out in quiet rural spots where there's plenty of room on the network, this fee is often just $0. But in a packed suburb, you might get hit with it, and you won't see it coming until you're at that final checkout screen. Second, taxes. Nothing dramatic, usually just a few dollars a month, but it's real, and it sits on top of the plan price, so factor it in. And third, a choice. Instead of buying that dish for $199, some folks rent the equipment for about $10 a month. Easier on day one, sure, but over a couple of years, you pay a good bit more that way. So if you're staying put, buying it outright is almost always the smarter move. None of this is a scam, let me be really clear about that. It's just the stuff the ads leave off because it doesn't fit on a shiny graphic. which is exactly why one simple rule ends up mattering more than any single number I give you today. But first, let's finally add it all up. The real total. So let's add it up honestly. For a real first year of owning a Starlink Mini, start with the dish, 199, add 12 months of a plan, and let's say you land on a middle of the road one. Call it $80 a month. That's another $960 across the year. Add your taxes, and maybe, depending on where you live, that one-time congestion fee. Put it together, and a realistic first year lands somewhere between about $850 and well over $2,000. Not 199, it never was. After that first year, it settles down to mostly just the monthly bill, but year one is the big one. Now here's the good news, and honestly, it's the whole reason I made this. You have real control over where in that range you land. Two moves. One, pick the right plan for how you actually live. If you're sitting in a fixed house, do not pay that $175 travel price. Put it on a home plan and save yourself a small fortune over the year. And two, the rule I hinted at. Before you order a single thing, type your exact address into Starlink's own website and look at the real total it shows you. Not the ad's number, not mine, yours. Because the congestion fee, the plan prices, what's even available, all of it changes by address. That final total on your screen is the only number that's ever actually true for you. And hey, real quick, if this just saved you from a nasty surprise on your first bill, do me a favor and tap that like button. It helps me get this honest breakdown in front of more folks before they hit order. All right, let's bring it home. So, is the Starlink Mini a ripoff? Not at all. But it was never really $199, and now you know exactly why. It's the dish one time, plus a monthly plan every month, plus whatever your specific area tax on. Know that going in, pick the right plan, check your real total at your address, and there are no ugly surprises waiting on your first bill. That's the whole game. Not avoiding Starlink, just walking in with your eyes wide open and paying the lowest honest price instead of the shocked one. And if you're sitting there now thinking, okay, but which Starlink and which plan is actually right for me? That is the perfect next question, and I made a whole video that makes that choice dead simple. It's right up on your screen. Subscribe before you go, because every week I break down one more honest piece of this in plain English, no hype, so you always know exactly what you're paying for out here. So tell me down in the comments, what did your first Starlink bill actually come to? I'll bet a few of those numbers surprised you. Drop it below. I read every single one.